Yay! How is everybody this morning? Can everybody hear me okay? I'm having some technical difficulties this morning. Do I still have the Isan music playing in the background? Let me see if I can turn that off. Yeah. There we go. Anyway, everybody okay? No background music or anything? Camera look okay? I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties this morning, as usual, right? It's been a while since I've done this. Yeah. Okay. Hello, everybody. So I just want to kind of talk about what's going to happen in the next up and coming months and what I think about the current situation for us. Not really so much about all of Thailand, but for us, really, the last couple years have been really challenging and very restricting. I think this year, the people that can adapt and overcome are going to be the ones that mentally survive this mess. So we've done quite a bit of traveling so far since we've been back, and I want to say that traveling right now is pretty easy. Like, there's no checkpoints, there's no random like temperature checks or vaccine certificate checks or all this stuff that people think that might be happening. We don't travel at night, so there is sometimes a lot of police checks at night. I don't recommend driving at night in Thailand anyway, but the hotels are limited, usually the bigger hotels. Some of the mom and pops that live there and have very low overhead are still open. But it's really easy to travel, and I haven't had to whoop out my vaccination card yet, except in the blue zone. So we went to Krabi. We did the little loop on the motorbike tour, which was awesome. I think really only a couple of hotels were checking that, but it's the blue zone. They're very strict there. And right now, I think that most of the stuff is closed like at 9 o'clock. But out here, outside of those blue zones, like a lot of the bars slash restaurants, they're able to stay open till like 1 a.m., assuming that somebody's going to come by and tell them they have to close. But traveling has been super easy. Thanks, Village for Falang. I appreciate that. I'll kick it off the Pookie with the snail. She's downstairs right now, I think, watering her plants. But yeah, I think this year is going to be easily traveled throughout Thailand. Anyway, I don't want to talk about like the current situation because it changes quite often. But you guys can see in the videos we've really had no issues staying at hotels, drinking beer, anything like that. So I assume it's going to be better this year. I want to try to do live streams on Saturdays and invite multiple guests. I'm going to try to start doing that. It's difficult when we travel. I don't know if I can continue to do it every Saturday, but I want to try to make it a Saturday thing. So, but we plan on going to Koh Chang. I think the first week of next month. I've got to get my extension. My visa's due up on the 4th. So I'm going to wait, I think, till next week and go get my 1-year extension. And my Thai wife has to do her 90-day check-in I think it's on the 8th or something of February, but you can do it a week before. So yeah, if you guys missed that story, that was a fun one trying to get back into Thailand. So we both actually got to do our check-in at the same time. I'm going to try to do mine online. A couple people who live in my province said that they're able to do it online. So we'll see. If not, whatever, we'll figure it out. And then sometime, Paige is going to get her name changed here in Thailand to her same as her American name. So we can sort out some of the confusion when coming in. But this all has to do with the vaccination stuff. So, but we plan on going to Koh Chang. and I think we're going to go again with another group of people. We're going to try to go to Calcut at least. So right now, I don't think there's any major restrictions on getting on that island. The ferry, as of now, wants to see a 72-hour, like a not a PCR test, but that quick antigen test that I showed. I got so much crap on that video. I knew it was going to be somewhat controversial, of course, If it would have showed positive, you would have never known it. I wasn't going to show that. But it's like, oh, you didn't stick it down your head far enough, chick. It came with like instructions. It said 2 to 3 centimeters in both nostrils. And you can watch a video that showed how to do it. So I was like, damn, if it's not like in the front of your nose, why do we even have to wear a mask if it's only like in the back of your brain cavity, But anyway, enough of that. So after that, we plan on in March, and we're going to get together and post this. So if people want to join us on another motorbike tour, and all this depends on whatever the situation is at that time. So. But as of now, we think around mid-March. We got to do it before Songkran because you don't want to travel around during that time. So we plan on trying to do maybe the same loop that we did, except skipping Surat Thani and heading to Koh Samui, maybe for 2 to 4 nights. I'm not really sure. So, but that's later on. We're going to start working on that. But I plan. So hopefully, if it's a long time from now, so hopefully getting back and forth out of Thailand is not going to be an issue, but we're going back to America right after Songkran and going to spend, I'm not sure. I don't want to spend more than 2 weeks would be too long for me, but I'm not sure. We may end up having to go to Florida to visit some relatives that I didn't get a chance to visit this last time. So we're planning on bringing Brent and Lori. I'm going to go with them. We're going to travel back here and bringing my mom. So I'm bringing my mom with all her luggage in the intent to stay, long-term in Thailand. So we'll see how that works out. My mom is super excited about it. She can't wait. I think she wants to come now, but she's working on physical therapy right now, and she's getting a lot better. I told her, you better get on that Stairmaster. You're going to need that in Thailand. So, but everything's doing good. My friends are only going to be here for 10 to 12 days, I think. And then after that, so next year, well, this year after May, I'll have, I think it's really going to help a lot of people that want to, at the age of around 70, want to try to start somehow a new life, a new journey. So she wants to be able to share her process. It's going to be fun. It's going to be emotional, I think, but it's going to be fun for her. And she's excited to share her journey coming into Thailand, good or bad, whatever it is. And I think it'll help a lot of people that want to, my fan just turned off. I don't know why. Hang on just a second. Thailand electrical. I've got to get all the electrical changed in this house eventually one day. David Glass, thank you very much. That sounds wonderful. Prayers for your mom. Yeah, she's doing good. She joined the gym. She's got a personal trainer, and she joined the YMCA. So she is bound and determined to go on her next journey, whatever it may be in life. So she's excited to bring you guys along too. So other than that, I just wanted to share that I don't know what's going to happen after that. We're going to be doing a lot of traveling. I'm not really sure what my mom wants to do. I would love for her just to stay here. And I think once we get the second part of the house remodeled, that's probably going to be something that she's going to want to do. But I have a couple of ideas in NakhonPhanom for her. which would be good. We can see her on a regular basis, but she wants to be by the ocean, and we'll see how that turns out. I don't know. She doesn't know. We don't know what's going to happen. We're just going to live day to day, right? So yeah, that's basically what's going to happen. I'm going to try to get set up to learn how to invite guests on here. I haven't looked at any of the comments. So James is here. I don't know if Dave is here. Does he use Streamlabs or StreamYard? I think StreamYard is what you have to use to do the multiple guests. So I don't know. We'll figure that stuff out later. It shouldn't be too complicated if Dave can do it. I hear Paige. Paige is coming. Paige is doing laundry, sweeping. My mother-in-law fell last night and busted her head in the shower. And we were getting dinner at the market and came back, and she was sitting. My father-in-law was helping her, and she had just a huge knot on the back. And I was freaking out. So they took her to the hospital, where she wasn't vomiting and her eyesight was good. Today it's just, I told her she got a damn hard head because today she got just a tiny, tiny little bump. So I got to do something about the shower in there. Or Paige tells her to wear the damn flip-flops, I told her I'm just going to buy her a helmet. So she didn't think that was too funny. Anyway, Dave uses StreamYard. I thought that this is actually Streamlabs that I'm doing right now, but okay, well, that's about all I wanted to say about what's happening for us in 2022. We don't try to plan too much stuff out, but the immediate plans are I've got some logistical stuff to do I got to get a motorbike license, and I've got to get my visa extension, and that's basically about it. A trip to Koh Chang, another motorbike tour, and then a quick trip back to the U.S., maybe in Florida, definitely in Texas. And then thank you, Hugh, very much. We'll have one later on for you. Right now I'm drinking, I was drinking coffee, but it's gone now. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so if you guys want to ask some questions, or I don't have a lot of the stuff planned for the trip. Some of the guys that are going with us are actually here in the chat room right now. And we've talked a little bit about it, but it's difficult to try to schedule anything in Thailand because it's just so laid back here, and trying to schedule stuff, it just makes no sense, especially when all you have is time, Okay, let's start down at the bottom. I wanted to say hello to everybody. I don't want to say individually. I see you guys here. Thank you very much for showing up. Let's see. Chris S. I'm looking at the computer too. So how did you like the motorbike tour? If you saw the video clips, yeah, we had a great time. Want to do it again. I won't buy a motorbike in Thailand. I'll tell you, it's too dangerous for me. Hugh Card, drink what you like. I appreciate you sharing. Thank you very much. The Village for Long. So will your mom be doing her own YouTube channel? I don't think it would be cool if I could get her to do, maybe later, I don't know. But let's just do one step at a time. She's not that savvy on the computer. I think like most people at her age, right? So anyway, what's happening with Gary? How are you, sir? Chuck, will you be able to control Mr. Mitch on the next bike ride tour? I hope I don't have to try to control anybody. If you're depending on me to try to control you, you are definitely screwed, because I don't really, I mean, I got your back, but I'm not your daddy. Sir Dino, Chuck, you are living the dream. You got out of the 9-to-5 grind. Hope to do it at 52. I hope you get all your ducks in a row and get it done too. Thank you. Hey T, how's it going? But shutting down the whole Thailand is the last option according to the last announcement. Yeah, I think Yeah, I think we have to move forward from here. So it's difficult to talk about it because every time you think something's going to happen, it changes. David, thank you very much. Another Leo. Appreciate that. Dave's in the house. How are you, Dave? I did call Dave to make sure he wasn't doing a live stream today. And maybe I'll ask Dave if I can have the Saturday slot. If that's okay with you, Dave. And James, I know you guys do a lot of live streams, so. But you know, I'm not that dependable, so I don't know if I could keep the Saturday deal up. Chocolate Man says you should come to Thailand right now. Like I said at the beginning, it's really, you know, it all depends on what you want in Thailand, what you're looking for. We know what most of the people come here for, but Thailand is really, really easy to travel. I mean, for me and Paige, it's pretty much better than it used to be because we don't have to worry about flocks of tourists coming in on buses and stirring up the craziness. But it's really pretty easy to travel right now. Ken P, thank you. Your last bike tour was great. Here's a drink for the road. Thank you. There's a lot of stuff coming up here. So if any of my moderators want to help with the comments, I'd appreciate that. Or anybody else in the chat. I got your back, but I'm not your daddy. Gary's going to arrive in Phuket February the 5th. All right, hope it all works out. I haven't been to Phuket yet. I'm kind of hesitant to go during this current situation, but we'll see. Oh, let me try to get to the bottom here. Waza, my friend just got into Bangkok. He was one of the last to get the test and go. Paul in Sydney, Aussie, where would your bike tour start? Probably just like it did back in Prachuap. We probably all hang out in Prachuap and then, but what's going to happen? I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of people coming on this next tour. So we're just going to give everybody the kind of the schedule and the locations where we're going to be at because riding in large groups is not going to happen for me. I mean, it's way too dangerous, I think, to do that in Thailand. So we'll let everybody know the locations and we can just go at our own pace and our own times. Or if you want to skip a spot and meet us somewhere else. Dip Media. Chuck, I watched your video about staying in Thailand long term. Such a solid advice. I am planning to be in Thailand. You know, I have quite a bit of informational videos that don't really get too much watch time, but I make these videos because I get the same questions asked over and over again. So a lot of those have links that you can go get current information on. For what's happening in the exact time. But thank you for the compliment, and I hope it all works out for you. Let's see. T says the island trip sounds good, though. I think hopefully there's no issues on Koh Samui. So get a shower helmet for Mafia. I showed her a picture of a full-faced football helmet. She didn't think that was funny, but I think it'd be funny, not seeing her in a shower, but you know what I mean. All right, a lot of stuff popping up, guys. I can't keep up. Can you get Steve Kinney? Can you get into Thailand without taking the jab? This was some of the video that I share about how to get into Thailand in 2021 or how to stay long-term in Thailand. I think if you're going to come here, you got to do some research because it changes so much, right? So you got to know how to go on the American embassy, Thai embassy. You need to get on these websites and look at the current information on the rules into going into any country, right? So at this time, nobody is saying you have to have the jab. They're telling you, I mean, at the current moment, it's a 7-day or 10-day. You get 2 extra days of quarantine if you don't have a vaccination. And to travel around Thailand right now, especially in the blue zone, they want to see a lot. They'll give you a certificate also with this quick antigen test, and you just have to show that to get into like some major hotels or events or stuff like that. And I haven't been to Pattaya, but they say you have to have this to enter the bars as well. So, but you can get here and do anything without the jab. So my mom doesn't want it. My mom had COVID already, so, but she didn't go to the doctor to get this. She should have went to get the certificate, you know. But you know, that's another obstacle I'm going to have to deal with her. So might want to update that title. What does the title say? I had to redo this live update on what's new for 2022. What are you seeing? I don't know. I've had a little bit of technical difficulties at the beginning of this video. All about the show. Yeah, you know, I have a lot of Thai friends, a lot of friends that own businesses, and you know, we try to support the businesses here in NakhonPhanom. I've done quite a few hotels and restaurants, and there's a kind of a young entrepreneur club. They range from 26 to they own big businesses here, and I wish I could get an interview with it. We can't do it though we can't do it. We just can't legally do it. But some of the stuff that, yeah, I'm just going to cut it right there. How to travel in Thailand. Oh, I see what you're saying in 2021. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's basically, I guess I could change the title. But it still has current information on those links. Basically, I'm just telling you guys how to get the information, how to find the resources to get the current information to come to Thailand. Azul McKay, have you been fine after the jab? How long ago did you have it? You know, I've never talked about that because I feel like that's a personal thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to go, oh, I got my booster. Nothing wrong with you guys if you want to share that in your community, but of Facebook or whatever. But I just didn't really talk about it. I had it done right after a boat trip in Texas, and I didn't talk about the second one that I took. I told everybody the first one because I wanted to share how easy it was in America to get the vaccine. And I didn't really go into too much detail, but I got 2 Moderna shots. I'm going to tell you right now live, I've never talked about it on a video. I don't really like to talk about my ailments in my video. I don't like, you know, like the sympathy card, right? Oh, I broke my toe, or I did this, or I've made several videos with a broken toe. You guys probably, I think, maybe mentioned it a little. Paige mentioned it in the video, but anyway, I couldn't barely walk. I did a fishing trip video and all this. I could barely walk after 2 weeks. I walked around like an 80, 90-year-old man. We were trying to walk around the neighborhood at my friend's house, and my hips were hurting so bad. So I had just a really bad, like, aching for a lot. It took me till I got home and started riding my bicycle again to really get through that. But that thing really was, the Moderna is, for me, was very, very strong. If I had to choose it again, I wouldn't get the Moderna. I would have got the Pfizer. But the only reason why I got it was because it's like the Cadillac of, let me back up by saying I'm not worried about getting the virus. I never was. And I'm not worried about a vaccination either. I'm not worried about what anybody thinks about either way. I don't care what you think about it. I only do things that benefit me and my life. And my own needs, and I took the vaccination, but I would have got the Pfizer if I had to do it again. But when you tell people in Thailand, oh, you got the Moderna, Moderna, it doesn't really matter to me. I got actually 3 because I got the Sinovac before we left, and then we were scheduled to get the Pfizer, and no, I'm sorry, AstraZeneca. But then we decided to go to America, so I actually got 3, but the Sinovac didn't do nothing to me but make me hungry for Kentucky Fried Chicken. Anyway, Chuck is James. Good James. I love James. James is suffering, I don't know, given hepatitis, but he don't like to talk about it. Please respect his privacy. I don't really care what you guys do either way. That is totally your business, up to you. But nobody's forcing anybody to do it here in Thailand. So, what's my favorite Thai dish? Thank you, Chris. We'll just move on. I don't know. I like it all. I still like lap moo, like minced pork. I like that. Is Daz here? Hello, Ron, E.T., everybody. All my favorites are here. Thank you for coming. Yeah, peaceful. Where'd you go? Everything's jumping around. I can't find you, but no, here you go. Every one of us is different. Some react, some don't. Paige got the same thing. She had no react. A little bit of soreness, which is the most common thing because it's getting shot in your arm. But she didn't have any problems at all and she took the same one that I got. But I don't really want to talk about COVID. People say, oh, you can't even talk about COVID on your channel. It's censored. You can talk about it if you want to. I just don't want to mention it because I'm sick and tired of talking about it. I'm trying to evolve and move past this. There's not anything I can possibly do except what I can do for myself. And like I said, all the drama and hysteria that's on the internet, I guess it's all based on what you want and your needs, but it really has no problem for us other than wearing that stupid ass mask in public, but most of the people don't. But if you go into markets and stores and stuff but I found a little mask that doesn't really, I can breathe through it, In Thailand, a whole bunch of doctors I imagine they probably never take off their damn mask. So I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but I'm just going to mention this morning. They said like 500 doctors, well, I'm not going to put a number on, I don't quite remember, but a bunch of doctors got the new virus, and I'm assuming that they are pretty strict on wearing the mask. So, yeah, common sense is, I don't know. I guess we each individually have our own sense of what makes sense. Anyway, let's don't talk about that no more. Mike, good to see you stuck in Florida. Ko-chang, ko-chang, ko-chang. Yeah, we're going to go. Daz, what's up, Daz? Daz is never coming back to Thailand. What's wrong with the shape of my head? You're just jealous because it's smaller than yours. Anyway, yeah, we're going to have a good time. I can't wait to get back to Koh Chang, and I'll let you guys know where we're staying pretty soon. I think we'll start to plan this out at the end of the month. We don't need much time planning on this next trip. Jim, good to see you. How's Japan? Yes, you know what, Jim? People do everything in their entire life to try to live forever, but it doesn't matter what you do, you are going to die. Old people die, young people die, everybody dies. Everybody has got an expiration date. So trying to live healthy is good to extend the quality of your life, but it's not going to make you live forever. So I would suggest to try to have a good, happy, quality life and enjoy it by every moment. Because, man, if you've ever seen death, I mean, you are way fragile than you actually think you are. The human body is very fragile. Anyway, live life. Mosquito. Let's see. Yeah, Jake, I'm sorry to let you know, sir, but you're gonna die. Okay, cultivation. Are you exempt from reporting requirements for the retirement visa when you are out of Thailand for an extended period? Okay, that's a good question. So yeah, when you leave the country, you obviously don't need to check in to report where you're staying at while you're in Thailand, because the 90-day check-in is just letting them know that you're still at the same address, which in itself is kind of stupid. But when you're outside, that comes to a halt, but your visa doesn't. So you have to get back into Thailand before your visa expires to extend it into Thailand, or you will need to get another visa prior to returning to Thailand if you let it lapse. So you'll have to schedule your trips outside of the country within the time frame of your visa, unless you don't care and you just want to, because some people, they renew their visa in their own country every year because they don't want to bring money or whatever their reasoning is. They just get the visa back home and then they come into Thailand. But good question. All that stuff also is on, you can go to any Thai embassy website and look at the visa rules, and you can Google that question, but hey, that's what I'm here for, right? I'm going to do a thorough visa video. Try not to, hopefully my visa extension doesn't have any drama. I have yet to had 0 problems in the last 5 times of my extension. So hopefully everything will go good, but I want to explain the entire dimension of my visa and why I have what I have and why I'm doing what I'm doing visa wise. So everybody can thoroughly kind of because every time I do it, everybody's got a lot of questions about the visa. So, and I'm sure there still will be after that video, but I'm going to try to make it more detail if I can. Okay. I know I've missed a lot of you guys' questions. Let me back up. Steve Kinney, yeah, Chuck, I agree with you. Like a bunch of old people sitting around talking about their ailments. I do have a terminal case of CRFS, but I don't want to talk about it. Rob Star 888, do you plan on buying a scooter motorcycle now that you are getting your Thai motorcycle license? I have a scooter. I have a Honda Scoopy. It don't really matter in our hometown. We don't drive out of our hometown, so there's no police checks inside, so it doesn't even really matter. But I do have a Scoopy. Am I going to buy a big bike or another bike? I don't have plans to. I don't really have a necessity to do that. If I need to go somewhere, we usually just take the SUV. Be like Al unedited. Be like James, get an agent to do it, no drama. That is correct. Best way to do it is just get an agency, pay them, and whatever complications, you won't even know about it. They deal with it. But usually immigration, they'd rather deal with these agencies anyway. And a lot of times, like in Chonburi, it seems like there's always some kind of issue when they're referring you to an agency of their choice, you know. But where I live on the border here, it's pretty strict here at immigration. Friggin' mosquito. So yeah, I could still hire an agency, but it's not that much of a big deal for me. All you really got to do is have money and an address, basically. But if you're the type where you've got like a monthly income and, you know, banking stuff could be an issue, but I have over the amount in a bank, and it just kind of simplifies things for me. Okay, let's see. I know, Mitch, you were talking last night about buying a bike. You're waiting for the new, I don't know. I don't keep up with the bikes, but you're waiting on some kind of new bike to come to Thailand. Everybody's talking amongst themselves because I'm ignoring you. I know it's annoying, like when you're trying to ask a question, it's like, damn it, you didn't see my question. Let me try it again. Okay, I'm done. He's not looking at me. But you should see what I'm looking at. I mean, the screen is going. And a lot of times, if I go back and watch a video, there's stuff like, oh man, that was a great question, but it like never popped up. Okay. Yellow book. No, I don't have a yellow book. My father-in-law actually wants me to get one, but I'm too lazy. They want me to get my American passport translated into Thai language. So whatever the reason, I don't know. But that's what they want here in our local town, Ampa. They want to have that translated, and I just haven't done it yet. But I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me. The pink card, the yellow book, it doesn't matter. As far as immigration is concerned and the rest of the country, I'm still only a visitor every year, so it's not going to make me any more permanent. Anyway, that's just my personal thought. White Russian. Oh, it's nighttime right now in America. Well, I'm sure probably a lot of other places too. Get a trike. Now, Paige, I tried to get Paige to look at a couple. I wouldn't mind having a Harley, but after this bike ride, I'm telling you, it's dangerous. It's okay. Let me back up. It's not that it's dangerous, because it's dangerous everywhere in Thailand, no matter what you're doing, even walking. But it's not really enjoyable. Like, driving a vehicle is more relaxing. You can see everything. When you're on a bike, it's pretty intense in Thailand. Like, you have to really focus. No daydreaming, because you're going to hit a pothole and end up on your side. It's very intense here in Thailand on the main highways. And on the back roads, it's different, but eventually you're going to get on the main road, And it's not enjoyable for me. You're asking me, that's my opinion. You can, Mitch had to dodge a few things coming at, I think he dodged a big actually, I think it hit him, a big chunk of styrofoam. That's another thing. You never know what's going to come out of these vehicles, It's like a video game, and there's just stuff everywhere. It's like, it's just a matter of time before it happens. It just depends on how serious it is. You're gonna come off the bike. It's just a matter of time. The bicycle thing, Mike, yeah, sometimes, what's crazy is you're like invisible on this bicycle. It doesn't matter what I wear, what I do, or what I have flashing around. Let me start by saying that in Thailand, when people drive aggressive, or they drive slow, or they weave into your lane, they're not doing it intentionally, and they're not doing it in a manner to aggravate you or piss you off, or they just do it because I swear they are in their own galaxy in their head, in their vehicle. Like, they are not paying attention to anything. They just know that you're in front of them, and you need to get out of the way so they can pass. Or if they're driving like 40 kilometers per hour in the middle of the damn road, they're not even looking at the mirror of you. Or maybe they did, but they don't know. It's like they're just blank. That is a big problem here. Not everybody, but when you're on a bicycle and some guy comes out on a soy road on a motorbike, doesn't even look one time. I mean, I could be a big truck and just cream into him. I've got to dodge this nice person. And then I come up next to him and they get startled. Like, I'm like, what? I think to myself, why are you startled? You should pay attention, because if I kill you, it's my fault. But what if I'm not paying attention either? So, which happens a lot. Anyway, driving in Thailand on a bicycle is not smart either. But where I'm at, people are used to seeing stuff on the sides of the road, so I feel better here than still like doing it in America. Okay, let me see how many people I've missed. The comments, okay. Neil Ramatan. In most third world countries, they don't realize that having a driver's license is a privilege. And I guess I don't know if you live in a third world country or you're talking about Thailand, but I don't consider Thailand to be a third world country. I mean, it's a developing country, but I don't know. That's neither here or there, but whatever. I agree though that they're actually getting a little bit better with driver's education and the newer generation. But when you go out to Isan, these people, they may only drive on Sundays. So Sundays is horrible driving in the country. But it's probably, it was like that in Texas too, Sunday drivers. Anthony, have you thought about getting one of your father-in-law's tuk-tuks? You could actually, I talked to them about that the other day, but I said, we should have like a family tuk-tuk in the garage when we have guests over. Like the other day, we were trying to figure out how we get her brother and everybody down the road. If we would have had a tuk-tuk, which, I don't know, he's got like 40 of them in the shop right now already done. We could have just borrowed one of those, but anyway, that's a different story. But no, we're not going to do that. David from Surin. It's the traffic going the wrong way on your side of the road that gets me. Again, they're not thinking about anything other than the fact that the U-turn was probably too far ahead and they don't need to go too far back the other direction. I mean, I've been on my bicycle when a truck is coming in the bicycle lane at me on the wrong side of the road. And there's traffic coming the other way and he's not moving and the people next to me aren't moving. And I'm like, okay, do I go in the ditch or what do I do here? It's crazy. It's crazy. But that's why a lot of people die on motorbikes in Thailand. Reef, thank you very much. Cheers to you. Randy, if you ever come to Thailand, I plan on wearing a helmet with a rear view mirror when walking. Maybe they sell those with the shower helmets. You can make one, sell it. That was almost a compliment, James. Thank you. Motorbike or push bike, what's the difference? Is this a test or what? This is like a British thing. I never heard, this was something that I talked about a long time ago about. Somebody said push bike. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Push bike. I don't push any bikes. I either ride a bike. I don't push anything. I didn't get it at first, but anyway. I'm assuming a push bike is a bicycle. Third world, Gabriel Fraud says, third world is a kind of derogatory term. I agree. I mean, it's always like, when somebody says that, it ends up with some kind of derogatory statement after that, like their country supersedes theirs, like they're like stuck, like some African jungle village, like they're not going to evolve anything past a bamboo hut. I don't feel like Thailand is not a developing country. If you're ever here, you can see there's development and growth everywhere around in Thailand, unless you go out to a rice paddy. But there's many places in America. Have you ever been to Louisiana? I mean, there's a lot of places you can say, holy crap, man. Don't these guys have a backhoe to fill in some of these potholes? I mean, everything is, dirt roads and trash some places. You can say the same in America. Electric push bike death trap. Yeah. What's not dangerous, right? So if you live your life worrying about, you're going to die anyway, bro. It's just the best thing people want. If they want to control themselves, control their life, just jump out in traffic, jump in front of a truck. I'm not saying do this, but I mean, if you want to control your life, then yeah, that's all you can do. Stay home, but you're still you could still die in your home too, I guess, right? Everything is dangerous. I can't sit at home. Okay, Al, sorry. I know you don't want to talk about it. I hope you get well soon, really. Anyway, let's talk about something positive. Starting a war with, I love Louisiana. No, actually, I spent a lot of time there. My son-in-law is a coon ass, but I lived next to Louisiana, and I feel like I'm allowed to make fun of them, you know. That's why I do so well in Isan, because I lived in the country, and I don't, my expectations are pretty low anyway, and I like the laid back lifestyle. I love Cajun food. If I stay home too long, my wife may kill me. I got the same problem, Toby. I just spent 2 nights in NakhonPhanom. I didn't put it on video, but the guy next door owns the jewelry shop. They've been in I've showed it in my videos many times, but they're open 7 days a week, and they've got over 100,000, over 100 million in one bank account here in town. And I'm sure they've got more money than that. But Gator, thank you very much for Paige's Leo or Sweet Tooth while you were in ThatPhanom. Thank you. But anyway, I haven't seen the mother in 5 years. They put her up. The old man and the lady are upstairs while the kids are downstairs. They're so protective about their money because they have money home too. They don't allow the sons to have a girlfriend or a wife because they don't want them coming into the jewelry shop or the house. And it took them, they just put air conditioning, I think, last year because they didn't want anybody going upstairs and installing it, but they had to because of the condition. But the lady died. They didn't miss a beat. Like I think they closed one day while they were having the funeral in front of the house. They still had the shop open. So, money comes first, I guess. But they have they're Chinese. So this Chinese ceremonial, like these huge speakers, and they put them like this, angled out away from their house. And one is in our porch. It's like, you gotta be kidding me, man. It's so loud all day. I'm like, I'm leaving. I'm gonna go somewhere for 2 days. So I spent one day playing golf with a bunch of friends in NakhonPhanom, which was cool. And I just spent the night out there. Yeah. Yeah, Ron, going in your sleep would definitely be the way to go, But, I think being like content, like being like, okay, I'm okay like I've done everything I need to do in life and I've accepted it. I think that would be a good way to go too, not without any regrets. You know what I mean? I think people that constantly worry about preserving their life, they're not living life at all. They're so worried about everything. Oh, you shouldn't drink that, Chuck. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't, like my recovering alcoholic, born again, alcohol-free people on my channel, like they forbid anybody to have anything, I get after 5 o'clock, if I want to have an alcoholic beverage, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to, if I stop doing that, is that going to keep me alive another 100 years or something or what? I don't get all that. I guess I assume that's what I do all day, Yeah, I usually ride my bicycle while I don't have water in my cup, it's beer, but it's hard to drink because it foams up too much. I get a lot of emails, Mitch. Did somebody complain about that? You know what? Right now, I'm being spammed with, I can't show you because I'm videoing on my phone right now. Actually, I could share it here. No, I don't want to do that. But I'm getting just every day at least 20 people wanting to collaborate with the channel, and I'm not into that. I'm not trying to do that, So, yeah. But yeah, if you send me an email right now, I gotta wade through a bunch of stuff, but it's difficult to keep up with the comments now. I'm sure you guys are realizing that, but I do read the comments, and you guys are awesome for commenting, and sharing your experiences and all the compliments and everything. I appreciate that, but it's difficult for me to actually, and I feel like if I just reply to yours and I don't reply to the other, that's not good. So I try to keep up with them at first, but I can't. You got to understand it. Maybe one video only has 60 or 70 comments, but they get between 60 to 300 comments on each video. But people that they watched, I have 1,200 videos, so they're watching the old ones, a lot of people, and commenting too. So sometimes on my comments, I'll have at least 500 a day on the YouTube, and then Messenger. We have a YouTube, Facebook page, which has stuff. And a lot of people, they want to come meet us here, and it gets kind of buried in somewhere I can't find where they're at. And, it gets confusing. I'm trying not to make this a job. Randy, thank you very much. Can't have Paige having a Leo or enjoying something sweet by herself. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. I'll join her for a beer then tonight. I'll tell her that you bought it. It's okay. David Glass, answer like a Thai. The only comment you see is the one you are reading. Correct. I have to watch them because sometimes, sometimes there's a lot of people out there that create new. If they put some stupid comment, you can click on them and look in their little about, and you can see they just created this account. It's just a handful of the same people that they're trying to entertain themselves in their bunkers, And I don't have time. Nobody has time for that. So I gotta look through that sometimes and wade through it. Al Unedited, 270 people watching right now. I got two computers going, 276, 71 likes. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Right, I'm seeing 274 likes. Of course, the chat's a little slow sometimes. Mafia is doing good. Can you swap being a bidet information channel to about lawnmowers? Yeah, that was we were on Dave's chat last night having a good. You guys missed it. I wish more people would watch Dave's live stream. We had, I think, 5 or 6 of us on there last night, and we had a pretty good time last. It's still available to watch. Steve Bynes, Chuck, time to start working out again. Are you watching me? How do you know what I'm doing? Actually, I've been working out a little bit every day, but not really hard. I've realized after 50 years old, I can't try to push I don't want to be big again. This is not going to happen. So I work out light 4 times a day. So I don't know, maybe it's not as much as you work out. So I'm sorry, but I do what I can. Chuck, are you down to 85K yet? I am actually this morning, well, no, last night when I got back home, I weighed in at 91. I was 96. I'm at 91, and I haven't weighed in this morning, but I'm assuming by the end of, I'm not trying to do like a quick weight loss deal. I'm just exercising a lot and not eating as much. So by the time I go, I'll be 85 to 87 kilo by the time I go on our next trip. All I got to do is keep doing what I'm doing. Steve, oh, you broke your helmet. You broke your helmet. You broke your ankle and not healed yet. Yeah, it's difficult to do any kind of cardio with a broken foot or ankle. Stinky. Okay. Sounds like this is going to be an interesting question. Chuck, I'm curious. What type of driver's license do you need to operate a tuk-tuk in Thailand legally? Auto or bike or either or? Good question, actually. Either or. It doesn't matter. The only thing you can't do is haul passengers, or you would have to get a chauffeur's license, which would require a lot more also with the chauffeur's license. So you can't get a chauffeur's license in Thailand anyway. So you're a foreigner. But you would need to, well, I take that back. I think you can get a permit for that. But anyway, you just need either or because it's just a personal use type, farm type vehicle, something like that. A lot of people have bought some from my father-in-law. The guy that played golf with me the other day, he has a custom tuk-tuk that he bought for my father-in-law. He just carries his golf clubs in it. Gabriel, I'm going to toast on your health with a Catalan beer called Voldam. Cheers. Steve Bine, still, where'd you go? It just popped away. Too many stuff coming up, sorry. Still wanting to get to the NakhonPhanom, but this crap is killing me. Are you not in Thailand? Because you can easily get to NakhonPhanom. You can actually fly there from Bangkok if you're already in Thailand. I mean, if you're not, you can fly to Thailand. Well, right now, yeah, you can come here. You just have to do the quarantine. You can come to Thailand now. I've met a lot of people who said their friends or their spouse or their loved ones can't come right now, but you actually can. It just, you can't come. If you're only going to come for 2 weeks, it doesn't make sense to come, but you can. They're not keeping people from coming. Soy Mafia, Chuck, tell us an Alabama story. I've never spent much time in Alabama, actually, to tell you a story. Klaus, how is Klaus doing? He's going to be coming up here pretty soon. His wife is actually from NakhonPhanom. They have a house here, so he's going to be coming here soon. Okay, Village Flong, thank you. Appear to do a little workout and shut my boss up. Okay, take care. See you on the next one. Okay, David says he'll be there when they get rid of the quarantine. Yeah, I mean, most people don't want to. They don't want to do 1 day. They don't want to do a test. They don't, and I don't blame you. Like, who wants to take the time to go on vacation with the fact that maybe you'll have to do quarantine in your hotel because you test positive for something that, I don't know. Let's don't get back into that story. But anyway, yeah, nobody wants to come right now if there's one tiny restriction. But not only that, not a lot of entertainment stuff is open right now. And, people want to be able to go somewhere, have a beer, relax, have a good time on their vacation. So a lot of people are waiting, and it shows. There's hardly anybody coming unless they're staying long term. Gershwin Wecker says, we're a couple years into COVID. How is the average Thai doing? Unemployment and general state of things. I had talked a little bit about this in a previous videos. I don't know if you watch my channel or not, but they adapt really easy here, I think, because their needs aren't really high like in the West. Like, we have a lot of goals, a lot of things, a lot of stuff we need to maintain in our daily lives. But in Thailand, they're really kind of minimalist for the most part. I mean, even the ones in Bangkok that are there working and have all these things, they're able to adapt and go back home. Are there people suffering and having mental distress and committing suicide and stuff? Yes, it's happening. But in general, from what I see, a lot of people are going back home to where they come from and starting businesses back home and just regrouping and adapting. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I think from now on, the strong people are going to be the ones that are adapting and moving forward and not just sitting there stuck complaining about what's going on and waiting for it to change back into what they expect it to be. I think we're all going to have to adapt to this. I don't think it's going to go back, you know. I mean, that's just me thinking. I think you're going to have to adapt and move forward. So, and generally, I think it's doing fine here. If you watch my videos, you can pretty much see I show like everyday life pretty much. Thank you, Gershwin. You don't miss every. But yeah, it's, you know, if you're only showing videos in areas like in Pattaya on walking streets and stuff, you can see the devastation, you know, because those places aren't open and able to make any money. But a lot of people have moved back home and are adapting. PK says, like anyone worldwide, you lose your job, you move back in with your family, you regroup, you adjust, you find a new way, you move forward. I think as a human being, we're survivors. You know, if you're the type that has to depend on people all the time, you can't, and that is a big problem too. Like a lot of people here, they don't have a lot of drive, but they're very family oriented and they take care of each other. And they just simplify things, and then eventually things will get better. Dave, I haven't really thought much about my bass boat, but I if I miss anything in Thailand other than my family, you know, it's my fishing. Mitch says, I agree. We will never see things as in the past. So I live life every day. We adapt and move forward. I think a lot of times when things change, we get upset with what's going on, but it ends up being better later on. You know, we don't understand why it's happening, but sometimes it gets better. Toby Price says it's only in the tourist areas that are hurting. Here in the sticks, it's business as usual. I mean, I've showed it here. I think, you know, if you're only showing videos, like here we have a lot of people that sell tourists. We have a lot of tourists that come to the temple here. This place is usually full of tour buses. So in some general areas, there's little shops that sell T-shirts and touristy souvenir stuff. If I only show you that and so they have no customers, we can get a huge pity party together and say these poor people are suffering and this and that. But I mean, they know it's slow. It's been slow for 2 years. So obviously they don't have so much overhead. And I don't know how they're doing it. But most of the other businesses here, they're fine. Like the construction industry people are building stuff like crazy right now in Thailand. So a lot of businesses aren't hurting. Restaurants in the country, they're selling beer, they're staying open, everything is pretty much normal here. The bars, you know, countrywide, they have to transform into selling food in order to stay open. But like out here, the bars stay open till 1 o'clock in the morning and beyond. But they just serve food now. Steve Bynes, thank you very much to help fill the beer fridge for Paige. Thank you. I'm sure she will appreciate that. Waza, I 100,000% agree with you. Thailand is going to go through a change. You can see it in the younger generation, thanks to technology and the internet. They can foresee the things that they want in their future. Same thing happened to South Korea and Japan. It's going to happen to Thailand. And I hope it doesn't happen in my lifetime because I really love it the way it is. Other than the control right now, I love Thailand just the way it is. Yes, James is in the heart of the entertainment scene. And he shows live stream videos, and you guys can watch him and actually see what's happening. Okay. He doesn't spend his time in front of cobwebbed, with signs falling down bars. You know, he shows what's going on, and you can see that a lot of that stuff is dramatized. But a lot of the old's coming down, and you know they're building new. Randy E., I almost appreciate social distancing, especially if it means nobody ever breathing down my neck in the grocery store line again. I 100% agree with you, especially in the urinals. You know, they got like everyone blocked, every other one blocked. I like that too. I don't want no guy peeing next to me. Anyway, I like the social distancing too, but it doesn't really happen that much. Like, I don't ever see anybody like trying to social distance from. I wish they would. I don't want anybody near me either. Let's see. Steve's going to Buc-ee's in Daytona. Luke Van Pryon, good day, mate. Happy New Year to you. I hope everybody has a good year this year. Ron John, the neighboring units are full. Ron, you live in, I forgot which province and I think you live in Chayapum, right? But yeah, outside of the most of Thailand is pretty much normal. My friends out here who have hotels, the one I showed, the Chelsea's, she's fully booked all the time, almost every day in her hotel. John Abella, hi Chuck, my name is John and my wife Kim. I'm gonna assume you say like your show and Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you guys too, thank you very much. Ross, hello to you. James says, I've been accused of being overly positive. I'll wear that. People hate that. Like they want to know that if they can't come to Thailand, that everything sucks here anyway. You know, they're worse off than they are, you know. They hate no time to be sad. But it just means I don't have time for this crap, that crap, or your crap, or anybody's crap that they want to give me. Moppy is the coolest grandma around. She'd probably smack you for calling her grandma. She doesn't have any grandkids, so she's not officially a grandma. She would love to be a grandma, though. Charles Gallagher, I love where you live, community, and yeah, we love it too. NakhonPhanom is awesome. Oh, that Pinsanulak. That's right. Pinsanulak. I don't know why I can't say that one. Chelsea's is in a documentary on Netflix about marijuana in Thailand. I saw her and thought, I know her. Yes, you are correct. A lot of drugs come through Mukdahan and NakhonPhanom. A lot. It's on the border of Laos. When's the next road trip? And next month. Mitch, come down. I will make sure Mafia slaps you. You can make it a short video. Peter Ward, good to see you. Can't wait to get back to Thailand. You are stuck in Cambodia. I hope you're doing okay in Cambodia. Is there a space for the a hammock? No, I have 3 beds. Actually, that room's got 6 beds in it. There's a room over there, trust me. Has she smoked weed? Would you open a coffee shop? This is just, I noticed Paige, okay, here, let me back up. I thought there was some random questions. I noticed Paige wears a weed hat. I wish I could show you this picture of this guy. This guy's wearing this is the ultimate, I don't give a shit about anybody or what you think. But I didn't want to put it on my Facebook because I know I probably would have got taken off. But it's a Thai man wearing a Nazi, German Nazi swastika shirt, no mask, in a crowd of people smoking a cigarette. The ultimate FU, right? I thought to myself, as much crap as people give me for doing certain things, this guy, he doesn't give a crap. He probably doesn't know or care anyway. Paige doesn't smoke weed. The weed hats, for whatever reason, are popular. They have, now it's popular because they have it mixed in with the, with the drinks and the food, and they don't really think too much about, it's not like I'm wearing this because this is who I am type stuff, I don't think, it'd be funny seeing Paige smoke weed. I would definitely like to see that, but she doesn't. She didn't hear you, Anthony. You're good. George says, but for me, Philippines is better. Most people speak English. If that's what you need, yeah, then I think in Asia, Singapore too, I think they speak English too. But, and a lot of places in Thailand, they speak English as well. But if that's necessary for you, then yeah. Thailand, most people don't speak English. Yeah, Pornhub shirts everywhere here. But a lot of them are in protest of that because of the restrictions of people feel like they should have the rights. They're having the government's having a difficult time with the younger people these days. I'll tell you that. And it's going to change in Thailand eventually. Yeah, Singapore is very expensive, but they speak English. Christian Kumkasim, I'm sorry. Love your videos. We have been to Thailand many times and hope to retire there. Still love Thailand. Thailand still, when I don't, you'll see me somewhere else. PK, I can order a beer in Thai, find the bathroom, and somtam. I'm good. That's all you need, really. I think Thais, a lot of them say hello, goodbye, money. Petty Forceman, yeah. This is it's a never-ending challenge with the quality police. So we can see you in 1080 60, but the video after is slow. You'll have to contact YouTube with that because live streams typically only come up in 720. So I don't know why. I have no idea. I get irritated when I do live stream. Like I would like to go walk around and do a live. I think it'd be funner to do a live stream when walking around, but sometimes my internet's a little slow around here. And all you get is the comment sections full of the quality of the picture, like that's, I mean, I guess because of the other videos are so crisp, like they just can't understand, like this is coming, this has to deal with a satellite in space that has to connect to my phone or a tower and then beam some. I don't know why it's so difficult to understand that it's live. Anyway, it's annoying sometimes when you do live streams and I don't get to edit it or choose the quality and the upload and all that stuff. It just, whatever it is at the moment, is live. James does a lot of live streams. So I think if I did do a lot of live streams, and that's what I wanted to do, I would have to get the applications and do the things necessary to make the quality good. And James takes the time to do it right for you guys. And if you guys like live streams, then I suggest you watch James's channel, because James has definitely got it figured out. For me, I'm not doing that many live streams. You know, I'm not really, at the moment in my time, maybe I'll evolve later, I don't know, but I'm not interested in trying to do all the things necessary to try to make something that probably, because I hear James sometimes too, and he's going back and forth with the quality of the picture on his channel too, and the same, it just becomes annoying. So, but yeah, if you're complaining now, I think my picture, everything looks pretty good. I'm actually looking at me on another computer at the moment, my other laptop, and it looks pretty good to me. So a lot of times people need to check their own settings. See, Patty says here the last live stream he got was in 480p. Like, I think Patty's more concerned about the quality of the picture than actually the content. For him, I think it's very important. Just giving you a hard time, Patty. I know you're very critical of a lot of things. Yeah, like my shirt says. Chill and enjoy. What's up, Chuck? Good to see you pushing out the content. That's what I do. Gabriel, in Philippines, many people speak English, and it is not no expensive as Singapore, neither so developed. Yeah. PK says video is perfect. Thank you very much for that. I'm glad I have no control over it at the moment. I had a little bit of technical issues trying to tweak, make sure the camera, some settings, I had to go through some settings. But this is the best I can do at the current moment with what I have. I bought a microphone, I got a new, I actually bought quite a few, like I bought a bunch of stuff trying to make it work, and I'm just tired of it. Like, I bought these. This was supposed to be a 1080, but it's not. It's only a 720. And I got another one too. And yeah, just not into buying too much stuff at the current moment, but I do try. I could. You want to look at something different? Let's see. How about that? Bam. Is that better? It's looking good here in Chicago, but I can't see the comments on these ones. The amazing flags of the world blue. These are all actually flags hanging up on my. I do have a green screen, but I don't have it put up. This is actually my wall. I got a bunch of other flags I need to hang up too, but I've been kind of lazy. Mitch is just reading the chat. John Abella, hi Chuck. We were watching the episode of where you and Paige were going to Seren for Dave's housewarming. I was wondering, is that near Seren Beach? As we stayed there when we came to Thailand in 2019. Well, I tell you what you can do because I'm not 100% sure, but if you go to that video description box, you will see a link to the hotel that we stayed at. His house, Dave's house, was about 4 or 5 kilometers from the hotel, the Salive Hotel. And you can zoom out and see where that is in relation to where you're talking about. But you can click on that link and it'll directly take you to Google Maps. Sorry, Chuck, I was being sarcastic. I don't even remember what you said, so that's no problem. Thailand is no place to smoke pot. Better to do yoga, Tai Chi, or something similar. Yeah. You don't want to get caught up with that in Thailand. Yeah. No problem, John. I do try to save the links and stuff. Sometimes I forget, you guys remind me, but I try to put the links of the location. A lot of people want me to give them exact detail and show maps and stuff so they can kind of, figure out. I figure if I say, well, I'm in Nakhon, I think maybe 80% of the people don't even know what the hell that means. So if I stop at a restaurant or a hotel there, I try to at least put a link to that and you can get kind of an idea. Yeah, Jake, that hotel was really nice there. Of course, wasn't none of my doing. I just, follow where Paige says to go. I just follow Paige's coordinates. I just tell her that where I want to go. I said, we're going to go to Seren, and I'd like to stay 2 nights. And is there anything else to do? So she figures out if there's anything to do and how many nights we can stay. I know I'm spoiled, but that was a lot of the reason why we moved here, because it just works for us. Like when we travel in America, I did all of the coordinating. Okay, so Paige took care of a lot of the stuff in the travel trailer, and I planned the destinations and the RV spots and campgrounds and all that stuff. I need to get some water. Hang on. David Glass met a Thai woman from Udon here in South Carolina. She said she lived, hang on, stop moving. She said she lived near there. I asked her if it was Ban Chiang, and it was. Thanks for making me smarter. No problem. It must have been an accident. GE jokes. Love hearing you chat, Chuck. Anthony, Chuck, how are you? How are your bike rides going? I have a bike at our house in Yasutan, but get scared riding on the main road to town. Speeding trucks make it a scary ride, a gnarly ride. It's going good. Yeah, you got to really kind of, I don't know. Eventually, I think it'll happen, but I went to Mukdahan. Let's see, what's today? Yeah, today's Saturday. I went to Mukdahan Monday, and I went to NakhonPhanom. I left Wednesday, played golf Thursday, and came back home Friday. So I've done over 300 kilometers this week. But a lot of that was because we had a crazy loud funeral next door, and I needed to get away. Is Lloyd in the house? Richard, hi, Chuck. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Leo, Chuck, do you like hot, spicy Thai food? We have a new viewer here, Leo. Thanks for joining us. Of course, yeah. It would be very difficult, I think, living in, well, I say that. For most people that live in Isan eat some spicy food, but I actually can eat, I think my taste buds are screwed up because I can eat raw Thai chili peppers now. Yeah. Rodney Doddridge, hello Chuck, so nice to see you back in Thailand. My wife and I are from Canada. We met you and Paige in Safil about 2 years ago. I don't know where that is. Safil. Maybe that's a typo. But anyway, cool. Michael Nomura. Have you done a video visiting Vietnam and Laos? Yeah, you can actually go on my channel and just on my channel and type in Vietnam or Laos, and you'll see videos there. You can type in Chiang Mai, or you can type anything you want pretty much in Thailand and the province, and you'll find many videos. But yeah, we want to go back to, we want to go out of the country big time, traveling around again. Oh, and Chumpon, okay. I think I remember you, well, I don't know, are you guys the teachers? Were you both teachers? And we ran into you? I don't remember. Sarada, hey Chuck, how's your mom doing? What are her main concerns about moving to Thailand at her age? The language, I think, is her most concern right now. So I imagine she's going to have a difficult time adapting. We'll see what happens. Yeah, it'll be a fun road for all of us. She's doing good. She joined a gym. She has a personal trainer, and she just joined a YMCA also. Stinky, the negative stigma on weed is one of the big pharma's greatest achievements, correct? Or I agree. T, I've been watching you from the beginning, from mostly my Ruko, where I cannot comment. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's no problem. A lot of times I'll share link, check out this link or check out this, and you can't see it. It never pops up on the TV. Darren's adventure. My wife is in Pattaya, hoping to get back soon. Just the rules keep changing. Yes, the rules are changing quite a bit. Charles says he likes the biking and walking videos the most. Sometimes I find them boring to edit because sometimes it's just the same thing like over and over again in our hometown anyway. I'm going to be going on a bike ride to Nakhon. I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the video, next week. So maybe I did, I'm not sure. I don't remember. But I'm going to be right from here, from my doorstep to Nakhon. I think it's about 76 kilometers. So I'm going to be making a trip there, probably an overnight stay and coming back. And I'm going to bring you guys along for that. That'll maybe a 1 or 2 day video. I don't know. It just depends on how entertaining I can make it But I try not to think too much about, because you got to kind of think about when you're making a video sometimes of a lot of things like the lighting or what you're going to do or what you're going to show. Or I don't want to think too much on the bicycle, so it's difficult for me. Patty Forsman, what, Mr. Crit, I'm just going to call you Mr. Critical. Why do you have the green thing text in the screen? I like it. I want it there. I put it there actually. Yeah, I don't know. I like it there. Some people watch it on a computer, just like somebody just said, and they can see the actual messages popping. They can't actually, so they know what I'm talking about, right? And they're not looking at a computer, but that hopefully that answers your question. GE Chuck, here, what's on your mind is great. What's the Thai, what, wait, with a Thai backdrop? I don't know, maybe I'm illiterate. Sorry, I don't understand your question. Brock says, if you want to adopt a dog at a temple and can give it a good home, then you can. As they are not owned by anyone, the dogs you see in Chuck's videos are, yeah, those actual, the husky puppies, I think they're either selling them or giving, I don't really ask. They're probably selling them. I'm sure not for their own personal benefit, but those dogs are well taken care of at this particular temple by the monks. But there are a lot of temples where there's just people drop off the animals. They're not in good shape. I've shown a few. We did a video. We went on a hike up into a cave. I think it was that one. And at the beginning, I was feeding a dog there at the temple some scraps, and it was in bad shape. But I assume you can put that dog in your vehicle, and nobody would even care. Take it home. Steve, Happy New Year to you. You're going to rent an SUV and drive up through Isan in northern Thailand. Be careful. What tips do I have for learning how to drive in Thailand? Here's a good tip. Do not drive aggressively and don't beep your horn. Just laugh everything off and know that when they do something stupid, it's not like they're being aggressive like back in the States where they intentionally cut you off or they're not doing that here. They're just not paying attention to you. So don't lose face on the road in Thailand and pay attention. Leo, hey, Chuck and Paige, hi to your mom, hi to your mother-in-law. Do you know of a channel with traditional Thai dancers? I love watching Thai traditional. I think like anything, if you go on YouTube and just type in, I could probably do it here. Let me see. Let me see what I can come up with at the moment. I think if we just type in Thai traditional dancers, will pop something up. Let me try this real quick. Hang on, bear with me. You guys can talk amongst yourself at the moment. I don't know why I always have a hard time with the window capture. It's here, YouTube, Chrome, done. It never wants to pop up. I don't know why. Let's try something different here. There we go. I got it. So if you just type in Thai traditional dancers, you can see like a big list of all different ones here, and you can just click on them and find. Like a lot of people say, where do you get that music at? That Thai, I just type in like, let's see, Thai traditional. I can't see the damn. My keyboard on this older computer is not lighting up. Let's see, music. Then you can get all kinds of stuff. You want a lot of this stuff is like Isan music. And yeah, a whole bunch of it right here. Let's see, what do we got here? Yeah, there you go. If you're into that kind of stuff. All right, let me stop this, get back out of here. Anyway, there you go. Was it playing the music on there, Mitch, or was it frozen? I know we were having a problem last night, but I think it was. What's the video called? Stop it. Just type in whatever you want to see, Thai traditional dancing or any of that stuff. Sure. What did you say, Gersh? I can't pronounce or spell it, but when you were at the floating hotel, why didn't you go down the slide? The main reason was we were drunk the whole time. No, seriously, the water was a little, it was a little cold, but I think because we were scared that it's like some of the gray water was going back into it wasn't like feces, like black. They have a black tank connected to each one of those homes, but it was like the gray water in the showers were pumping out into the water. It's like, we could probably do without jumping in the water. So it wasn't that big of a deal. Yeah, I was gonna say, hold my beer. I'm gonna do it backwards, but we didn't do it. James says YouTube is the second most powerful search engine on the planet. Feel free to test it out. I swear you can type in anything and you can learn how to do anything. You know, when people say, they're having a difficult time with their editing program or you can, people that are beginners with editing, you could just type in, how do you do transitions on whatever program you got. You'll probably at least get 5 videos popped up, Does the Happy Pizza come with shrooms? He must be talking to somebody else. Luke, good to see you. Hey, Chucky, is your town actually Isan spoken? Always wondered if your family speak traditional Thai or Isan language, as it seems you hold conversation well, even down south. You know what? Basically, I think everyone in Thailand understands Isan, right? I think a lot of people that work all around Thailand come from Isan. And, but when they go to school, they don't learn initially. Well, initially they learn from their parents, right, before they go to school. But when they go to school, they don't really teach them traditional Isan, they teach them Thai. So everybody understands Thai, unless they're just not educated. But for the most part, my family speaks Isan, which is just a local, You know, it's like, do you speak the Queen's English in your house? No, you probably just speak whatever accent or wherever you come from. You know, you speak like that. But they speak normal local languages like everywhere else, but they understand Thai. And I understand Isan because I hear it all the time. And I claim that I only speak Thai, but people tell me that I'm speaking Isan, and I don't really know it because some of the stuff that I've learned and picked up is Isan, and I don't know the difference, right? So nobody's telling me the difference of that. Oh, that's an Isan word. Like the word you'll hear Joe all the time saying, I'm going to go take a non-win. Non-win is an Isan word and for taking a nap. Anyway. Andy B, I absolutely love your videos. So inspiring. Thank you so much for sharing. Thailand been watching for a while. Thank you very much, Andy, for the compliment. I appreciate you watching. GE Queen's English. No, Andrew has been a very naughty boy. Sorata, how do you cope with that stomach bug in Thailand? We get them almost every time we come to visit. Did you get sick when you first came? Yes, because the problem is that we're so used to everything being dissected out of our food, like no bacteria, no. And when you come here, you know, food's normally processed, so you're going to have a little bit more parasites and bacteria and stuff like that in the food, and our typical Western stomach can't handle it, but it gets over it pretty quick. I mean, but anyway, to answer your question, take charcoal pills. I mention this all the time. You can buy these. It's called Carbone, and it's in a gray package. It's in every 7-Eleven. I can't share it here. Actually, maybe I can. Let me see if I can show you a picture. Give me just a moment. Everybody should have this. It's a carbon charcoal pill. They sell it at every 7-Eleven. Hang on, bear with me. See if I can find a picture of it. I'll share it with you. Here we go. Here's one right here. Let me go back here. For some reason, like Dave is really fast on his to switch over, and I am like definitely like really slow at doing this. But here we go. I think I got it. This is a one I picked up here on a Lazada site, but that's what it looks like right here. It's called Carbone. But if you get this and you don't want to take too much because it kills all the bacteria in your stomach. It's the same thing that they use to purify water. But if you feel like you've eaten something that's okay, maybe I shouldn't have eaten that, you can take this carbon pill, and usually it takes care of it. So to be on the safe side, take the carbon pill. I hope that helped. So many pretty fair-skinned women in Isan. I think there's pretty women everywhere in Thailand. Song. Good evening. Chick from Houston. Are you a chick from Houston, or you mean Chuck? Good evening. Yes, probiotic. You always see me drinking a little Nompiao, which is a yogurt drink. They sell them everywhere. They'll actually come up to your window in your truck and sell them to you. A lot of people have this, eat yogurt and these yogurt drinks because they have live bacteria in them, good bacteria, which is what we really lack in the US. Like everything is pure, you know? My Thai wife is being forced to take the booster. I'm not happy. I used charcoal pills in the Jakarta one time. Really worked. I still sometimes the other day I had, what did I have? I said, oh shit, I better take, something didn't sit right. I don't remember, some kind of sausage. I was like, I better take this. And I didn't get sick. But I have started to get a stomach ache before and took 2 of those and it ended up being okay. I've mentioned that quite, I mean, I know I have like 1,200 plus videos, but I've mentioned that quite a few times. James says, love all the stuff we're supposed to eat, but we just realized it now after 40,000 years on the planet. My son has always been an athlete. Right now he's in Costa Rica. He lived in Brazil for a while, my youngest son, and he was a vegan. And he actually was trying to become he is a pretty good chef and some vegan, vegetarian culinary. So, but you could just see every time I saw him, I was like, God, son, you need to get a hamburger. You are just, and he's like, I'm so healthy right now. I'm like, no, you're not. Because it's difficult, especially when you're traveling the planet, to maintain a healthy vegetarian or vegan lifestyle. It's difficult. It's something I could never do. Like I don't have the time to try to do that. You know, it's not happening for me. But yeah, he finally decided that he was going to eat some meat because he realized that he made a trip to Africa and realized that life is pretty harsh sometimes, and you know we have to do things to survive. You get a real life shock. I think he got a real life shock in Africa, and decided that he was going to start eating some meat, and he improved, like physically improved immediately after that happened. So I was glad to see that. Anyway. Yeah, you get the yogurt lady, she brings yogurt to my house like all the time. How long have I been online here? I can't tell. 113 minutes ago. Wow. Fixing to be 2 hours. I'm gonna have to cut it in 2 hours. But if you missed the beginning of the video, the reason why I was doing this live stream is try to talk about some stuff that's going to happen new. You can skip back and watch the first 10 minutes of this live stream and see what's going to happen new to the channel. Zane Underwood, good to see you. Mike, I'm going to read Mike's comment. I think growing up as a hillbilly eating roadkill prepared me for anything, or eating anything. Zane says it's hard to read because they're just moving up and down. There is something to be said for the carnivore diet. It's medical science. Chuck, when did you left Texas? I don't know what you mean. We moved to Thailand November 24th, 2016. Yeah. Mitch says, I find the only time I have problems with food is when I have greasy American breakfast here in Thailand. Sloppy biscuits and gravy, crappy bacon, and cold eggs. When I go back to America, my system gets really, really messed up. I'm learning now I have to eat a lot of yogurt and make sure I eat a lot of vegetables and have some kind of a lot of fiber, because that food in America, it sticks to you hard. And like I've said many times that my diet in Thailand, and my mom's excited about this too, is I felt so much better after 6 months of being in Thailand on eating the Thai food that a lot of people cringe when they see it. But after eating like that for 6 months, I could tell a big difference in myself. Like I used to get acne on my back, and a lot of that was because of diet, as an adult. And I don't have any of those issues anymore, period. I feel a lot better. Yeah. Steve says, whoever designed my body and mouth put canine teeth in there must be for tearing flesh. Yeah, I think so too. Emmanuel, my girlfriend in Chiang Mai wants me to come back in April. What do you think? I think it's up to you. You can come right now. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Everything will be changed by April for 100%. So no sense in talking about whatever events are happening now or regulations or rules or restrictions. That'll all be changed by then. As long as you can still come like you can now, I don't see why not. Stinky, all the drunks and vegetarians can pass me their weed and meat. Perfect combination, getting baked while I barbecue. I like a cold beer while I barbecue, or maybe even a nice scotch. If I smoked weed, I'd probably burn everything. I'd just forget about it. Daz, nobody drinks the water in Thailand. Thai people do. I mean, people in the village do. I think their stomachs can handle anything. Is Tip in the house? I didn't see her. I didn't see her. Is she? If so, hello. Hope all is well. Oh, there you are. Good to see you. Got to meet Tip the other day, and yeah, it was nice to finally meet her. Mike says he drank water from a well in Thailand with no problems. Just the tip. Busan. Chuck, did you know Isan and Lao is the same language? That's not true, but if you're talking about border to border, yes, they speak basically the same. But in Lao, I can give you a couple of examples. But anyway, and Lao has its own language, but just like a lot of bordering towns, just like in Surin borders Cambodia, they have their own special little language. So it is the same there, but I can give you quite a few examples of some Lao words and Thai words that are completely different. So I think you mean like on the border shares the same language, which, yeah, that's obvious. The Isan language is a combination of Thailand and Lao. Any more questions? Hello, Tip. Hello, hello. Like, here's one example. Ice in Lao language is Namkon. Namkon is ice. Namkang is ice in Thailand. And even in Isan, they say Namkang. They don't say Namkon. Namkon is a Lao word. Sarada, do you think with so many people in Thailand are out of jobs due to the situation and lack of tourism, that there are more crime occurring in the country than, I don't know. I don't watch the news. No, I don't think so. I think the Buddhist culture Do people get desperate and do stupid things? Of course. I think they'll do that on any occasion, but no, I don't believe that. But if you watch the news, that's all they're saying. It's all devastation, deaths, people stealing. Actually, the other day, somebody tried to steal somebody's motorbike in front of our market. And was it because of the situation? I have no idea, you know, but no, I think no, I don't think, I think people easily adapt here. But if you watch the news, which is a lot of this stuff comes from Bangkok or, I mean, the news only wants to show the bad stuff because that's what people want to watch. I understand everything Isan said in Udon, Nong Khai, and Korat. Yeah, we just was in Surin, and I was talking to a lady there, and she kept speaking to me back and I'm sure it was the local language, but she was saying a lot of words I did not understand. And Paige was like, she couldn't understand it either because there was a lot of Cambodian mixed in, come in, and I didn't know what the hell she was saying. I could understand most of the sentence, so I could kind of put it together. Tip, no time to be sad. You are so nice, man. You're a lovely lady. Nice to meet you in person. Love that. Thank you very much. We had a good time. You had a good time at Dave's party. I have you on video. You're probably going to hate me after tomorrow. No, it wasn't that bad. I'm joking. It'll be a fun video, though. What you doing, man? Come say hi. I'm trying to get Paige to come say hello. Actually be a part of her channel for a change. Yeah, Mitch, it's going to come out tomorrow. I have it edited. I just haven't put I haven't put any screenshot or any information yet, so I got to do that. I've actually got one more video to do, and I'm caught up. Like I haven't done any videos in a long time here since I've been kind of relaxing because I've had so many videos. I got a lot of damn No Time to Be Hungry videos I need to do. I'm so lazy on that channel. I told myself this year I was really going to kickstart that thing off and do 3 videos a week. And I need to get back on that. I think my No Time to Be Hungry channel is going to be successful one day. I just got to be more, I gotta be, I don't know, I got to start doing some more videos. Michael Nemore, I heard many of the tourist areas damaged by the tourist pre-pandemic are recovering. Have you seen evidence of that? We're going to be going to Koh Chang. We'll see you there. Here's Paige. Welcome to your channel, Paige. Finally come join us. Chuck, it's been a while since you've been on the bicycle, unless I missed. I don't make videos with me being on. I did 300 kilometers. I did 2 days in NakhonPhanom, and I did 1 day in Mukdahan this week. And it's just something I don't really need to show on my videos that much of. But anyway, yeah, I've actually lost almost 5 kilos right now. I was at 96. Yesterday, I weighed in at 91. I need to lose about 5 more. It's the weed lady. Did you just get finished burning one?
No.
Somebody was asking if you actually smoked weed because you wore a weed hat. I told him, I remember that guy we saw with the swastika shirt on the other day? I'm pretty sure he's not a neo-Nazi. Snail kicker. Daz is in the house. Mitch, Dad, everybody's here. Everybody who is Fa is here. Fa, see, Fa says, Sawadee ka. P, I can't say P, and what does it say? P, Puki, P, Puki. It's so small.
No, my small.
Neil says he loves my bubbly personality. I'm so bubbly. Thank you.
I'm
Chuck,
really
what happened to
bubbly.
Lloyd and Penn? Have you ever been visiting with, during the COVID situation, they've been kind of a little bit standoffish. So we've talked to them quite a bit on the phone, on FaceTime. They're doing great. They've actually made a few videos. You should check them out.
Yeah.
What is the best, Emmanuel says, what is the best way to learn Thai? Okay, I made a video on this. I did. What is the, let me see if we can go on my channel.
La, 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 la.
Give me just a moment. Let me search. Let's do a little search. Let's back up. Hang on a second. Let me get you guys on the screen that I'm on here. Let's see. Desktop view, transition. Okay. So if you guys, I say this like every damn time, I've made videos just about on everything. So the best way to learn Thai, I'm gonna tell you, is to read and write Thai. Learn to read and write Thai first because it is a tonal language. So if you understand the direction and the tone and the vowels, then you can learn to read and write better. I mean, well, you can speak better. Let's see, best way, not why, I can't see my keyboard, to, let's say, speak Thai. Okay, let's back up. It's too many words. Let's just leave it at the best way. We'll see what comes up. Here we go. Best way to learn Thai language, and you can click on that. And there will be a video showing what I think and what I've done basically to learn Thai language. So,
hey y'all, Chuck here
it's
with
an interesting video. If you got
Notime2bsad
time,
here
you
in
should check
rainy
it out.
ThatPhanom,
I just showed you
Thailand.
how to, it's called Best
It's rainy
Way
season here
to
right
Learn
now.
Thai
It is
Language.
the end of August,
Yeah,
and
I hope
we
that
always seem
helped
to get the
me
rain
back out of
first
the
up in this
screen.
part of the region, up in the northeast part of Thailand. Today I want to talk to you guys about Thai language and how important it is to try to pick up the
If I can
language
do it,
here
anybody
in
can do
Thailand,
it.
how it will benefit you and make us all look good here in Thailand.
And also, when you can read
However,
Thai and you
I am
see
on
the
a busy
words
street here, so
constantly,
it's
it
kinda noisy,
helps
so I
you.
do
For me, the
apologize.
way my
There's not a
brain
whole
works
lot
is
of
like if you
quiet
tell me
places, left in
the word
Thailand,
for
I think,
milk
so if you
is,
come here
is nom.
and you're noise
Nom.
sensitive, just bring earplugs.
Nom is milk. It's hard to
I
remember
wanna
that
talk to you
sound,
guys
that word in
about,
my
the
brain. So if I know how to
difficulties
read
of
it,
learning Thai.
the word
a lot
is
of times, people that watch
spelled
my video, most
nonu,
of them compliment me
mama,
on my
which
abilities
is
to have
no vowel,
to
because when
learn
they're
the
together
Thai
like that,
language in a
it's
short
nom,
period of time that
nom,
I've lived here. I lived in
nom.
Thailand for
And then you got
about
to know
3
if it's my
years,
A or my toe in the direction
when
of
I
the sound.
first came here,
So
I was on a mission to learn how to
nom.
speak Thai. I feel like it's
I can
very
remember the word
important,
because I know how
to try
it's
to
spelled.
communicate
You know,
to people
like
so that I
the
can
word
learn the culture.
whole city
and
is
try to adapt to
Tang
something
Tang
that's
Muang.
totally
Tang
unfamiliar
Muang. Shoot, I
with
don't
me.
remember
Coming from the United States, this is totally backwards here on the other side of the planet. So my mission was to learn how to speak Thai.
I can remember that. I don't know why my brain
because I feel like I should be
remembers, but if you can
fluent
remember
Thai
how
by now,
to
but because of the
do that.
YouTube channel and constantly
And also,
thinking in English makes it very difficult to do so.
I
But
usually write stuff down so
I-
I can remember it in Thai.
my wife is Thai, but really not that much of a good teacher. Not everybody is. So I ask a lot of
Oh, shit, is the
questions and
video
I
still
get
going? I'm
confused a
sorry.
lot of times with the explanation that I get, not just from her,
I'm
but
a
from
meathead. There you go. I wanted you to hear that in the background. Sorry. Is that better? I killed it. Is it still going? It's done. There. Okay, it should have stopped. Is it stopped? Okay, thank you. See, I'm technically challenged. But I want to do the next few live streams inviting guests. I think it'll be more entertaining to have other, maybe little interviews with other YouTubers. I feel like if I have this format, I could help promote other YouTubers too, and it'll be fun. We'll make a thing of it. It won't, I tell you, it won't be anything like Richard's travel thing. But that's all he was doing. He put too much time into that. Anyway, I think I've rambled on long enough. What do you think? How long have I been on? 2 hours now. Let me get to some more questions. I can't keep up with the comments. So, Tip says, Chuck, don't worry about Thai language. That's good enough, dear. Yes. You know, my number one goal when I moved to Thailand was to learn to speak Thai. And because my excuse is because I'm thinking too much in English all the time because I talk to a lot of foreigners and I'm YouTubing in English. But I'm at the point now where I understand most of the direction of the conversations in Thai, and I can speak enough to where they can understand me. So will I ever speak fluent? I don't know. I really need to put a lot more effort into it, but I'm happy where I'm at right now. So I can read and I've forgotten a lot how to, because it's been a while since I've written in Thai. I was trying to do it the other day, and I couldn't remember how to do o ang, and but it's not really necessary, right? Anyway, I don't go to school. I don't need to write anything down, and but speaking language is really all I'm concentrating on at the moment. But thank you very much. I practice a lot. And I'm not afraid to make a mistake. Stinky says, the one word I make sure to learn in every country is go to the toilet. You know, I think, to be honest with you, Stinky, I think toilet is a universal word. I think in Thailand, they understand the word toilet. I don't know, maybe they teach them that in school, but they know what toilet means. And I've heard people say the word hong and butcher the word hong nam. They just know that if a foreigner's getting up, wandering around the restaurant, and they say the word, where's the hang nam? They probably know you're looking for the toilet. They just guess. They just say, oh, it's over there, dipshit. Tip says, I speak English language too much, sometimes more than Falang Man. Falang Man asked me to shut up. Tip speaks wonderful English, better English than me. Christina says, I do well with the language. Thank you very much. Yes, Xanderman says, Hong Nam. A lot of people, when they try to correct me, I said, well, here it is. You know, they spell it in English, like, for an example, I don't want to get deep into the subject, but the word, for example, let's say, the river Kwai, right? Well, the way it's spelt in English, you would say, oh, this is Kwai, but the word is Kwai. And why didn't they spell it like that? They're like K-W-A-E. We would have said Kwai, but no, they spelt it Kwai, you know? But a lot of people try to correct me. No, it's spelt this. This is not how you say it. Like, okay, well, learn how to read Thai. Here's the word in Thai. Tell me what it says. It doesn't, like the word Toyota. I always wonder, why can't they say Toyota? It's not a Thai word. It's a Japanese car. Because it's spelt actually with like a dal tao, Salao to tao Toyota. It's spelled, that's how they're saying it because that's how it's spelled in Thai. Like they didn't spell it in Thai correctly so they could say Toyota. They spelt it Toyota. Like, okay, whatever. Yeah, you know what? Really, if you want to learn to speak Thai, hang out with kids. They'll help you. They have a lot of patience, and it's easier to like watching cartoons. You know, it's easier to pick up Thai. And I bought like little kids' elementary school books. I have a bunch of them. Here, let me see. I've got some right here, and these really helped me out a lot. Like these are like grammar school like these books here. These are like little kids' books. And I would read these books. And these are like level 1 through 4 books. And it's just, I don't know where you could get this book. My Thai teacher gave me this book. But if you could get a hold of these, Pasa Thai book, you can learn how to read. And this is basic kindergarten stuff. You know, and I'd write little, like trying to learn days of the week and stuff like that. But that's what I would do. I spent my entire like first 6 months in existence here with these books, and then finally went to school to learn how to read and write in Thai language. And I would practice over and over and over again. Like here's some of the stuff that I would just pages and pages of stuff to try to remember in Thai language on certain things. And that's, hey, all I have is time, right? And I was never the smartest kid in class, but I figured out a way that repetition and constantly, like when I was trying to learn the alphabet, I would write it down like 100 times until I could remember how that word worked. You know, I would just do endless times over and over and over and over and over again. So I didn't have anybody to talk to, and I had nothing to do, and I felt like it would be more respectful if I could speak to my in-laws and the people around me. And in some areas in Thailand, you don't need to worry about it. Like, you don't really have to speak Thai. But for me, I don't know, I love to talk, obviously, right? I've been speaking for the last 2 damn hours. Brock says, my wife tells me off every time saying Thai words wrong when I say how, you know, because when we hear it, it's like, okay, that's exactly how I said it. No, it's not. Yeah, you said cow. No, I said cow. No, you said cow. It all sounds the same to us. All right, Xanderman, I'm fixing to go too. If you can speak the language, you can enjoy them more. Yeah, you know, a lot of times too, like when you speak the language, depending on the group you're with, especially younger people. Hang on a second, I got shit falling all over the place on that. And they know you understand what they're saying. All of a sudden, they get a little quiet. Like, oh, he knows what I'm saying. But it's fun. Like sometimes when I'm sitting in a restaurant and I'm eating and I can hear the 2 old ladies cackling about why am I in a small village eating a bowl of soup by myself, and they're wondering what I'm doing, you know, and they're talking about this and that. And I can understand like 90% of it. And then I'll go pay the food and I'll tell them, oh, I'm here on a bike ride. I'm retired from America. You know, have a great day. They're like, like, oh shit. Tip says you speak English language or American language. Thai people speak Thai to you, try to understand you. A lot of Thai people, they say they like to watch me because I speak slow. Like, okay. But they can understand me because I don't speak really fast. Ride 66, I'm ready to import my 68 Bronco. I'd like to see that. Is your Bronco 68? So 68 was either I'm gonna say it. Did they have it? I think it had a 302 back then. Or no, you probably had a 351 in that Bronco, if I had to guess. A Cleveland or a Windsor, 351. Unless you had a I don't know if they made 460s in those. Or you could have a straight six. Is that a 250? Yeah, we were driving together. It's kind of funny. I think Mitch's ear is no good on the right, and mine's no good on the left. We're sitting next to each other, and he's saying something. I don't know what he's saying, and I'm saying, it was just like, it was just weird. 6-cylinder up to 69. Okay. So you have it's a 250, I think, right? If I can remember. Tim's in the house. Can't import used vehicles anymore into Thailand unless it's cut in half I thought the same thing, even with parts, but I don't know. Everything changes. Yeah, I knew I didn't say V6. I don't think I did. I think they were all straight sixes in that year. I think Chrysler had a slant six, but yeah, I think it's a it's at 300. That's right. 250 was the Chevrolet. Shit, I don't remember. Yeah, 300. Oh, you saying a 170? Yeah, I don't know. Any 69 Camaro in Thailand. I'm not sure. You probably could go Google that and probably find some. No, yeah, you was right. Who's right? Is it a 350 or is it a 300 or is it a 250? Anyway. Gordo, good to see you. Sometimes you do have some weird American words. I don't know, Gordo. I've talked to a lot of Australians, and I know they're speaking English, but I don't know what the hell they're saying. Yeah, 300 was. I know that they had the 300 for a long time. I think up until I want to say 1989. I think the new body style was, maybe it was 88. I don't know, had the straight six in the Ford pickup trucks. I think so. No, that's not right. No, it was 98, I think. 98 was the last of the straight six. Because they had a new body style change. I think that was in 2000, which went to the 4.6. I don't know. Let's don't talk about cars. I forget. I'm so happy. I forget so much about it. No such thing as a good Ford. I had a back and forth with a guy about, he said, why did you buy Ford Ranger so much better? Why'd you buy a damn Toyota? I mean, everything breaks down. I worked for Ford for 8 years, actually. I was a heavy line mechanic for 4 years at a Ford dealership, and then I did front end and suspension the rest of the time. So we should know these questions, but I don't remember. Yeah. I know they had a body style change. It was sometime in late 90s. Yeah, maybe it was 97. They came out with a new body style the year early. Yeah, maybe it was 96, and it had a new style change in 97 for the 4.6 liter. And then they got rid of the 302 and the straight six. My grandfather was one of the first 25 GM master technicians. That's cool. I was a master tech too, believe it or not. I even got, let's see, well, I was ASC master, and then I only have these because they're magnets, and I have them on my refrigerator. But, well, yeah, I'm so happy I wore them on my shirt. Whatever. Will I buy a DeLorean? Hell no. The 4.6 sucks. One wad man, one of my uncles had a late 60s New Yorker with left-hand steering. He actually managed to drive it down from Bangkok. Oh. That's weird. Chuana, any plans on traveling? Yes, we're going to Koh Chang next month. At the beginning of this video, I talked about our plans for in the near future for 2022 at the beginning of the video. Anyway, I think I'm going to end the video. I promised Paige we'd go for a walk because normally we go early in the morning, but I was having some technical difficulties. I needed to work out with the live stream. But anyway, if you didn't catch the beginning of it, I talk about our future, our plans coming up this year. And I want to start doing a Saturday live stream. I need to download StreamYard. This is Streamlabs. And that way I can invite some guests in the chat and make it a little bit more entertaining. I can't promise I can do it every Saturday because when I'm traveling, I don't want to spend the time in a hotel room, Wi-Fi, trying to have a live stream while we're on vacation. So I don't know. I'll try to do it every Saturday, but I think it'll be cool. Yeah. Sorry you guys came in late and about to leave, but it's been over 2 hours now, so I'm getting a little tired of talking. Any other quick questions? Have I ever been to Sisaket? Yeah, that's just right on the other side of the pond here. We have a lot of friends. One of my good friends that passed away a couple years ago, that's where they're from. But his wife used to come over here all the time. Hadn't been in 2 years because it's closed. I don't like to go over there because now they're talking about an e-stamp, but before I had to get a new passport because they give you one gigantic sticker to take a whole page of your passport, and you only have so many pages in a passport. So it's like everything they have in Laos they have over here in Thailand. I don't need to keep going over there and getting visas every time. It's stupid. So. Your Thai girlfriend is, but it's different for Thai people. Like they don't need to, they just have to show their passport to get over here. They don't need to worry about getting a visa as a Westerner. I'm trying to do, I think Dave was going to do a live stream earlier. What's your favorite place you've been in Thailand? Andy asks. I still like the islands. I like the island of Koh Koot the best, which is close to Koh Chang. But it's nothing to do there other than swim, enjoy nature, the beach, the ocean. And I get bored with it after about 3 days, but that's like most things for me. Oh, Sisaket. I thought he was talking. What am I thinking of? Sisaket is actually pretty close to here. You're right. I was thinking of Swanakit, which is on the other side. Sorry. Sisaket is, it's not too far from here. We usually kind of pass by there whenever we're headed south. I'm sorry. Okay, I better go now. Anyway, guys, tomorrow's video is going to be Dave's wedding ceremony and housewarming party. I'm going to warn you right now, it's a long video. It's 47 minutes long. When I put it on the editing table, it was over an hour and 20 minutes, but I didn't want to make 2 videos out of this one. I could have, but I figured it's pretty entertaining throughout. So if you're going to watch it, just wait till you get home, turn on the TV and watch it. Get you a cold beer and watch it then. Don't try to watch it on your lunch break, because I mean, you can if you want to, whatever. A lot of people watch it at 3 times the speed. But it's going to be a long video. I think it's an entertaining video, but most of my videos are long, which it's taken me a long time, but I finally got you guys trained that my videos are just 30 minutes long. There's nothing I can do about it. So anyway, guys, I hope you watch it, and we'll see you guys after that video on the next adventure. Peace out.